Hey Matt,
Hey, how's it going?
good. How are you?
Good, good.
Busy day?
Yeah, winding down a work week, so not too bad. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a busy morning and now I'm gonna dive into all this stuff for the second half of the day.
There you go.
Well, let's get started. I got everything prepared, spent last
Okay.
night doing that. What I'll do is I'm gonna record this call and
Yep.
then I'll send it to you so that if you need to come back and refer to anything, you'll have the recording. It's
Sure.
kind of hard to send Zoom calls, so what I'm going to do is make it like a private YouTube link and I'll send
Okay.
you that.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So the first thing is like we were talking about is going over like your social media, how that looks. Do you currently have an Instagram profile?
I do. Yep.
Okay, can you send that to me real quick by text or however?
Yep.
And
Okay, sure.
Instagram is what we'll primarily use because from what I found, that's the best way to get in touch with the businesses and the
Okay,
influencers.
great.
And yeah, this looks good. So basically, I just like to glance over it. This
Yep.
looks exactly the way you want it to look. You have a good profile picture, pictures of your life, that kind of thing. Looks
Right.
good.
Okay, good.
So we'll start with Instagram alone. We might go over to Facebook and LinkedIn later, but
Okay.
probably not because usually we don't have to go that far.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Instagram. It looks clean and professional, so you're good to go there.
Good.
Did you think about any niches or products, industries that you would prefer to sell in, or are you kind of just open to whatever?
I'm pretty open. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. So next, let's schedule your weekly like one-on-one when you want to do that. Normally, I like to do all my one-on-ones on Sundays, but if you want to
Okay.
have Sundays off, you can choose a different day. It's up to you.
I can do, can you do like what time? Can you do Sunday afternoons?
Sure.
Or is it?
Yep.
Yeah, I have my kids in Sundays until like 4. So, if I could do it at like 4, 4:30, something like that.
Okay, and you're in Eastern time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let me block. Let's do so 4:30 for you, 3:30 for me. Let's do every Sunday at 4:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Let me write that down. 30. Okay, cool. I'll block that off and then we'll do that every week at that time. And
Okay.
like I said before, if during the week you're having like a lot of communications, you want to go over some stuff, you want to hop on a call, we can absolutely do that too.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of lists of businesses to start with who I know are hiring and would be good people to sell for.
Okay.
So I've made up a couple lists. It's like 50 different businesses so that you can start today if you want and go ahead and get in touch with those.
Okay.
Um, and then as we get into further calls, I'll also show you how to identify these businesses on your own so that when you're kind of looking on Instagram, you can tell yourself and you can send messages on your own. But I'll give you like example lists to start with so that you have something to go off of.
Okay.
So when we get done with here, I'll send you those. Now, when you message someone, the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you follow them first on
Okay.
Instagram. Because if you message someone and they see that you're not following them, they're kind of less likely to respond, is what I've found. So,
Okay.
first thing you do is follow them, then go send them a message. And ideally, at the end of each week or every few days, you can go back and unfollow all the people that didn't respond. I usually
Okay.
do it about once a week because you don't want to end up following too many people. It just kind of clutters your profile, right?
Right, right, right.
So once a week is usually what I like to do. And
Okay.
then what you want to do is follow them and you're going to send them like a copy paste kind of message that's somewhat personal to them. So, for example, let's say the guy's name is Ryan. Hey, Ryan, my name is Matt. I really like your content and I love the real estate space.
Yep.
I know that you get a lot of leads coming in. And if you're looking for a closer, I'd love a chance to close those leads for you and help you close your business.
Okay.
I have 5 years experience in the furniture industry, closing large deals. I'm reliable and ready to get to work. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. That kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
So you can change that up to make it sound better for you, however you want. That's kind of just a structure.
Sure.
But you want to include those basic kinds of things in your messages, but you can also come up with your own as well. Now,
Okay.
the way I would start is by sending 30 messages a day. And I would do that in like 15 messages at a time, and then like wait a little bit and do 15 more. Instagram keeps changing how many messages you can send in 1 hour. So it's kind of hard to give you an exact number, but I would say do 15 at a time and you're fine. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I can send out like 100 messages in like 30 minutes, right? Just
because you just keep cutting and pasting, right, on the mess on the what you sent me.
Yeah,
right?
and you just change their name or change the
Right.
niche, that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Okay.
In the past, I've had to send tons of DMs, and I kind of would get it down where I would do it like 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, and it's a breeze, right? And once you get the hang of it, it'll be way easier. And everyone who has come in with me, who I've worked with, who's like killed it right away and gotten a job in like 2 weeks, they were sending like 50 to 100 a day, and they didn't miss a day. So
really,
the main thing is just being consistent, right?
Yep.
The number's not as important. What I see happen with some people is they'll send messages for like a few days, and then for 2 days they won't send any, and that kind of kills all your momentum, right?
Sure.
And then they get discouraged and they're like, oh, this isn't working, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, did you send the messages? And they're like, oh, no. So
yeah, right.
Staying consistent is kind of the thing.
Okay.
And the way I like to look at it is all you have to do is send messages each day to be making $10,000 to $20,000 a month in like a month or two. Sign me up every time, right?
Hell yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So it's like with a normal job, you've got to send out your resume to like, tons of different people to get an okay job. This is just like, hey, message some people, get like a really good job.
Yeah,
so
right.
I like to frame it that way for everybody, because sometimes they come in and they're like, well, I don't want to send all these messages. But when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, well, yeah, it's a no-brainer kind of thing.
Of course. So typically on all these different companies or influencers that you message, they're all paying about the same percentage. Is it all fairly like a normal 10% is like average?
Yeah, typically, since every business we're going to target is selling like a high ticket product, which means it costs like thousands of dollars.
Right.
What I've noticed is they'll start you at like 10% and then move you to like 15 once you've been selling for a little while. But typically it's going to be about 10%, which is going to be at minimum like $500,
Right.
all the way up to like thousands of dollars for every commission. So I haven't found anything different. It's typically 10, and then they'll move you up to 15 after a short period of time.
Okay. And then down the road, you've been doing this for a while. So someone like you or anyone else, like, would you ever consider doing it for like multiple different influencers? Like you're working for multiple people, or would you just stay with one person? How does that work?
You mean like at the same time?
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the time, it's like, why not, right?
Sure,
so
right.
If you wanted to do that, you totally could. I'm focusing on my one sales job now in the morning, and then on this working with you guys in the second part. But if I wasn't doing this and I had the time, yeah, there's no reason you couldn't do that.
Okay. Good deal.
And then where was I at? Oh, so once you've been sending the messages every few days, I would kind of go back through the list of your DMs and your Instagram profile. Another reason Instagram is good is because it keeps all your messages pretty organized, so you can like keep track of them. So every few days I would go back through those. And if it's been a few days since you messaged someone and they have not replied, I would send a follow-up.
Okay.
Like, hey, just checking in again, and say something similar to the first message, just kind of change it a little bit. Follow-ups is where you're really going to kill it. So a lot of times they'll be like, oh, this guy messaged me a second time. Okay, da da da. And a lot
Yeah.
of times they're just busy and they miss your first message, so it doesn't hurt to like follow up a few days later.
Okay, got it.
But I definitely wouldn't like message someone one time and then never hit them again,
Never
kind of
follow up.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So a lot of the successes that I've gotten with people has been on like the follow up. So
Okay.
and then what works even better, and that it takes a little bit more time, is doing like a video message, like a 30-second message. Just pull out your phone and instead of typing it, say the same thing. Now, that takes a little more time to send, but those do work a lot better. And what I recommend is saving your time to do those until you see like a business you really want to work for, or on a follow up. So
okay.
it's not really, doesn't really make sense time wise to do that for every message at the start. But as you get comfortable doing this, I would start sending those as well, because those work even better. People see that you took the time to make a video of yourself, they're gonna reply. So
okay.
but yeah, I recommend you start with the written messages to get some volume and momentum, and then get a feel for communicating with them, and then you can start doing videos whenever you want, right?
Got it.
But if you want to start right now, go for it, no problem.
Okay.
And
so the
then,
videos, is that I've never done a video on an Instagram, so it's the same. It's just the camera. I'm guessing the camera pops up and then you just go from there, right?
Yeah, what I always do is I just pull out my phone and just film a normal video.
Okay.
And then you can share it in the message.
Okay. Okay, got it. Perfect.
And then once you start getting replies, at that point I would definitely send the videos.
Okay.
And all of these things are things that we can continually go over on your next calls too. So we'll get deeper into all of this as we go.
Okay.
So all of the businesses on the list that I'm going to give you right at the end of this call, I know for a fact that they're hiring, and I've vetted them for like good products. So they're definitely good people to start with. And as we get more into the program, I'll show you how to get better at identifying good products and good businesses that you could sell for just by looking at them. So that's something that we'll learn as we go through, so that if you come across one on your own, you can just quickly message them because you'll already know, kind of thing.
Got it. Okay.
And then anytime you have any question, just text me and I'll respond right away. I'm always on my phone working, so I get right back promptly.
Okay, great.
Do you have any questions about any of that?
No, it's pretty. So how many salespeople do these companies usually take on? I guess it depends on the size, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So the fitness influencer that I work for, it's me and two other guys.
Okay.
But I think he's about to bring on another one just because he's getting more volume.
Yeah,
but
right.
The bigger they are, the more they're going to have, right?
Right.
And the other good thing about this industry is that it has a really high turnover, kind of like in any sales job. So pretty much anybody who has a good business and a good product, they're going to be kind of always looking for new salespeople, sort of thing.
Got it. Sure.
So for example, if you message someone one week and they don't reply, maybe they're not looking. Maybe next week they are, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the other importance of the follow-up.
Got it.
But yeah, this is how I've run every other student in my program through it. And as long as they follow it, they've all been successful. So
okay, great.
I'm going to work with you close one-on-one and make sure that 100% that happens for you too.
Appreciate it. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm excited to get started.
Me too. Yeah. Appreciate it.
It's I like taking these on. It's always exciting for me. So
good. So was our first one going to be this Sunday, or since we're meeting today, we're going to skip this Sunday and go till next Sunday?
I was going to do this Sunday, but if you
that's fine
wait,
with me. Okay. No, we can do it. Yeah, that's fine.
So today's Friday, right? Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I'll send you those lists, and over the next couple of days, if you want to send some to get familiar, and then on Sunday we can get on and go over that. And then we can get deeper into this, and I'll have more for you then too.
Perfect. All right, great.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get those lists. I may have to, let's see. I'm going to send them as a Google Doc.
Okay.
And also, if you, while you're doing this, you come across or you do think of some niches or products that are interesting to you and you want to go in, tell me about those and I will go and
Okay.
find lists of businesses in those niches for you that I know are hiring, kind of thing, right?
Perfect. Okay, great.
So this will always be like an iterative process, kind of making it better, kind of thing.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay, both of those lists should be in your email. Double check for me just to make sure.
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
You got both of them?
Let's see. I got one here. Yeah, just got the second one. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's get started. And if you have any questions, send me a text. And anything else you wanted to talk about or ask me about?
I think we're good now, but I'm sure I'll have more on Sunday for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, if you need anything, text me and I'll
Okay.
talk with you on Sunday.
Excellent. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.